welcome to Life on the Farm. Today is the day the kids start tennis camp. So it is about an hour earlier morning than what they're used to. But are you excited, Jen?
Yes, ma'am.
You like Mr. John?
Such a nice guy.
He said such a nice guy. He really makes tennis fun for the kids. So anytime he comes to work with them, they absolutely love it. I have cinnamon rolls that I actually made yesterday up here in the little warmer, but I need to get those iced. I also did make a whole pan for our trip because I like to feed everybody breakfast. Annabelle is coming with us, so we'll have our 6 kids plus Annabelle. And I like to do breakfast wherever we go out and stay, especially if we're forced to eat lunch and supper out. I will probably, since we are going to the mountains and we're doing a good bit of stuff outside, I will probably be taking some of our lunches, but when we're gone all day, it's almost impossible to cook every single night. I will probably leave a couple of things in the crock pot too, but the majority of eating out will be at night. It'll be 5 nights, so I'm thinking if I can knock out all the breakfasts, at least 3 or 4 of the 5 lunches, and probably 2 suppers there at the cabin. We'll probably grill burgers, or I may make spaghetti or something like that. That will keep us eating our food, cleaner things, and we won't have to be, you know, forced to eat lots of food that is preserved and store-bought. Our bodies are just not used to that. So if we said, hey, we're gonna just leave and we're gonna take off and we're gonna eat out the entire 5 days that we're gone, we would be our stomachs would not be good. We would be really sick. So I'm not gonna do that. One of the things that I did do is, since I know I have organic flour, organic sugar, organic, you know, the whole 9 yards, I did go ahead and make some cinnamon rolls for us to take with us as well. So I'm going to be icing those in just a minute. I've already whipped up my icing. I'm going to be icing all that. I'm actually going to take my pans back out once they're iced and stick them in the freezer, and when they're frozen I can put them in bags to drop in the cooler, because we are going to take our cooler in our trailer when we leave on Friday.
Here like we're 2 little 2-year-olds. So we're like, these are back in and forehand. Okay, 1. Good, 2. 3. Can't you get it? Can't you get it? Next up, next up. 1. 2.
Okay, this morning is our 2nd morning of tennis camp. You guys got to see some clips and some pictures of all of the kids from literally 4 to 18 years old out enjoying tennis camp with a coach that he's actually from Texas. He lives in Texas, he's from our area, but he has come back to teach tennis for the kids camp this week, and it has really been a lot of fun. But I have to tell y'all what happened to us yesterday. Now, I do have a couple of pictures of where we found ourselves. We found ourselves kind of in a situation that ended up being probably a little bit dangerous and scary. Now, I'm not real scared of bad weather. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I actually like to watch, not like really bad weather, but like thunderstorms and stuff that comes through. I actually like to sit inside, of course, and watch, you know, the rain and the lightning and thunder from a good distance. Well, yesterday, I gotta tell y'all what happened to us. Y'all, these storms have been something that has been unreal. I actually, several weeks ago, we were hosting a pool party and I could kind of hear thunder in the distance, and I started panicking a little bit because I've seen more news reports of people getting struck by lightning. It seems like this summer than all of my 40 years of, well, I'm almost 40, but in all of my years of like growing up, I don't ever remember hearing so many reports of people getting struck by lightning. It has been really crazy. And just this weekend, some of our friends from the Oklahoma area that we met at Okie Homestead, we watched a video where their family literally witnessed a lady getting struck by lightning, and CPR was done on her for a really long time, and they don't even think that she made it. So yesterday, we had gone to a church event, and it was supposed to be a kids swim party, and we had gotten there, and on the way I could see it lightning, and I was like, well, maybe it'll just blow, and it was real dark. I was like, but maybe it'll just blow on out of here. Usually our storms around here, they like come and go. So I was like, well, we'll go ahead and go and just try to wait it out and see if it's gonna pass. Well, I was thinking that the majority of the event was going to be inside in a building because we'd never been to this place before. So we get there and it starts kind of sprinkling. I could still hear it kind of thundering, and I was like, well, y'all, let's just go ahead and go inside. You know, we're not going to be able to swim right now, and we're of course not going to be able to play anything outside. Well, y'all, when we get there, it's like a little open pavilion that's not much bigger than my little outdoor living space. So we run up, and it's kind of starting to sprinkle a little bit heavy, and like I said, you can kind of hear the thunder in the background. Well, we get up there, and I need to remind y'all that I have one that is terrified. Like, that is her fear, is bad weather. And you know, I know different people have anxiety about different things, and it's weather for her. So we get up there to this pavilion, and I was thinking that it was going to be inside, like a building that we could go inside, and the rest of the stuff was going to kind of be in and out. Well, that was not the case. It was literally just a little building that had like 4 corners and a little top over it. So we're standing there, and we kind of started talking, and I was like, well, let me get my phone out. I'm going to look at the radar, because at this point in time, I'm realizing, okay, this is not in a building, it is outside. Well, then the rain really picks up. It starts ever more flooding. When it starts flooding, lightning starts popping all around us. The thunder, like one time the thunder was so loud, it sounded like a gunshot had gone off, just boom. And again, I'm reminding you that I have one that is terrified of bad weather. So she is literally in full body shakes. She's crying, she's breathing hard, and I'm too scared to run because we had to cross a parking lot, cross a road to get into the second parking lot, which was where we were parked. So I was too scared to try to get, I had all 7 kids with me plus Annabelle, so I had 8 people with me, and I was too scared for us to try to run in the flood across basically 2 parking lot and a road to get to the other parking lot. So I said, let's just try to wait it out for just a minute. Colby was on his way. Sayla was in a total panic attack, like a real, she's only 10, but she was in a total, like, she was just all to pieces. I don't know how else to say it. Her whole body was shaking. I was trying to console her and call Colby and say, how close are you? At least if you pull up to this side of the parking lot, I can at least run her around the gate to you where we're not having to run as far. So we stood and waited and waited. Colby had to go really, really slow. He called me back and he said, there's people pulled over on the side of the road with their flashers on because you can hardly see through the rain. I'm still coming, but I'm just having to go really, really slow. So we were under this little pavilion with a bunch of people. It is flooding, lightning is popping everywhere, thunder is so loud. Actually, Libby was okay. Annabelle held her the whole time. I was trying to console Sayla. We were all getting wet because of the wind and the rain. As soon as Colby was able to get there, which we probably waited 15 to maybe almost 20 minutes, like standing there in this, never slacked up, the lightning never eased up. I finally got Aiden to run Sayla to Colby in that first parking lot. We got her loaded up, she was fine. I gave him my keys. Since he loaded her up, he ran across the other side, grabbed our car and drove it back to the first parking lot so I wouldn't have to go as far with all the other girls and Jennings. Now, as soon as Aiden took off with Sayla, y'all, it started hailing. It wasn't real big hail. It was probably the size of an eraser or maybe double of an eraser. But we look over and there's pieces of hail falling on the ground beside us. So it was very nerve-wracking. Like I said, I tend to don't really get upset or nervous in bad weather, but when you're talking that you're having to run through the weather with a lot of kids and lightning is popping everywhere, it was very unnerving, I will say that. So we didn't like that experience that happened to us yesterday afternoon, but I'm so thankful that we are all able to get to the car safely and get home. We were absolutely drenched, but we took baths, we ate supper, and then we just kind of unwind for the rest of the night. Once we got home and got inside, Sayla settled down and she was able to calm down again. But that is, of course, never a fun experience when you have one that has that kind of anxiety over weather. Not to mention the danger of just the lightning. It was everywhere around us. Thunder was on top of us. It started hailing on us. Not a place that we wanted to find ourselves, that's for sure. But anyway, that is all for today. Tomorrow we are headed out on vacation. So the next videos, guys, that you're gonna see is we're going to be packing everything up. It's going to be jam-packed. We're going to be headed up to the mountains. We're going to show you all the things that we're going to do there. I think this next series of videos is going to be really laid back and fun and exciting. I know we're glad to get away. And one more thing I want to show you before we go that I think you're going to like. So our Holstein that we've been telling you about that was due finally had her baby. Now I don't know what it is actually. It's a girl. So she was born last night in the storm. Of course, it's the way it always works, but we are excited to have her. She's got the little heifer marking, but she's really dark because her mama's got the Holstein color. So we are excited that the baby's born. Baby's been up moving around this morning. Everything looked good on her. Of course, it's our duty to keep a close eye on her to make sure she's okay, up, nursing, you know, all the things. And our milker, who doesn't milk often, will be the primarily one. Now Colby will milk in the morning, but our milker will come in and primarily milk while we're gone. And calves with jerseys are no fun. This is our first Holstein, and her temperament seems pretty laid back. So I'm hoping that she is going to leave her calf and cooperate and go in the dairy extension and get milked out and be fine. But the temperament really always just varies with them. I know Jerseys are so prone to not wanting to leave their baby, and she's kind of acting like she doesn't want to leave her baby, which of course when they don't want to leave their baby and the baby won't go in the dairy stanchion, it creates chaos. Baby doesn't want to go in, mama doesn't want to leave baby, but mama's got to go. It can just sometimes be more of a headache than we actually want. But Colby will deal with her tomorrow, give her points and tricks to Dylan to deal with her while we're gone. That'll be, you know, something we just have to keep on our radar when we're gone. There's somebody up here checking on the calf, making sure she's okay, mama's okay, baby's okay, and he's got to get her into milk. Now, it's not a total 100% have to, but there is a chance that she could get mastitis if she's not being milked out well, which is one of the reasons why you just got to keep a close eye on her. So that's a wrap. Positive ending to after a really nerve-wracking situation yesterday. Positive ending. We have a good baby. Seems healthy. Mama seems to be doing good. We will catch y'all next time when we are in Tennessee. Guys, thank you for watching Life on a Farm. That is what happened on the farm today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.